Welcome back to the Writer's Life, the place where you get the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, anything you desire from my personal writer's life, and where you also get the truth about publishing, or traveling, or eating and drinking, or whatever you want. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the like button. That's important. And hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss even one exciting video. So, newsflash, I finally found one item in that PW article about the 10 things that most authors don't know about publishing in 2021. And that was, it's better to be a big fish in the little, wait a minute, it's better to be the big fish in the little pond than the little fish in the big pond, or I think that's what that cliche thing is. Anyway, there's a lot of truth to that, though. I once had arguably the best literary agent in the world, Suzanne Gluck at the William Morris Agency. She took a real liking to Moonlight Falls. And I remember, like, this is back in the early 2000s. Like, down in New York City, like, sitting in her private office, like, in front of her glass desk, and she's got she was always famous for this pair of brass knuckles she had set out there or whatever. Anyway, she's like sitting there and like reading each page, and I'm like sitting there like, because I was young still and all hungover, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I felt like Tony Soprano, like when he talks to his sexy psychologist, right? So anyway, but she couldn't sell the book because I was still coming off that Delacorte debacle, and it was still too early. Nobody was going to take me on at that point. I had still left too much money from my big deal on the table. So anyway, but Moonlight Falls will go on to sell like to 3 different publishers, and there's a brand new edition out right now. Let me see. Brand new edition right now. I know it's backwards, but from Down and Out Books. Looks beautiful. Beautiful new cover. So you can pick that up. Where fine books are sold. Anyway, I'm not shilling my stuff here. And so when I moved on to another agent, a much smaller agent, but no less successful, I became like the big fish again. I was like his priority, and he's done very well for me over the years. So it was a good fit. And the same can be said of publishers, because when I broke out and sold 100,000 units of The Innocent in 4 weeks, it wasn't with a major publisher. In fact, it was with a Maverick, brand new Maverick small press at the time, and I was like their rock star, right? That's what the publisher would call me, the rock star. And it wasn't until another major deal from another major publisher fell in my lap, for a lot of books actually, that I became the smaller fish again. But I did very well for that publisher too, until disaster struck with the last book that I did for them when the editor left before the book came out. And that's a situation. I'll talk about that at another time, but that's a situation that's called being orphaned. It's happened to me twice, and it's never a good thing. Your book immediately is tainted with a scarlet letter, and it will tank. And that's what happened with me with that book. Anyway, but I don't worry about the book in particular, because I'll bring it out again someday, somehow, one way or another, either my own company or another publisher. But and so now, like, in terms of traditional stuff, like, I work with some smaller to medium-sized, hard-boiled fiction, noir fiction publishers, and like, some of these guys, I've mentioned before, I can call and just be like, I got a new book, and usually they'll just say, well, we'll schedule you, and that's a good thing. Unless they don't like the book, well then, whatever. But what's the best way to be the big fish? That is, start your own company. Start your own publishing company and publish your own your own IP, intellectual properties, because then you'll be not only the biggest fish, you'll be the only fish. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.